Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Gina. Today's practice is a gentle flow. This is great for all levels, especially for beginners if you are new to yoga. No props needed except for your mat and yourself, although if you do have blocks nearby, they're always welcome. So let's start. Come up to a standing position at the back of your mat. We're going to start in Tadasana mountain pose, feet planted into the earth, toes pointing forward to the front of your mat, strong legs, hug the belly in. On an inhale, we're going to take both hands, turn them out, scoop them up, reach up to the sky, and exhale, bring both hands to your sides. One more time, inhale. Turn your hands out, scoop up, and exhale, bring both hands down to your sides. Inhale, arms come up. And this time on your exhale, you're going to take your right hand, bring it to your side, and then begin to shift your body to the right. Really opening up your heart to the sky. You want to make sure you're keeping your hips square to the front of your mat. And come back to center. Inhale, both arms come up. And exhale, this time the left hand comes down, right arm comes over as we tilt to the left. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale, come back to center. Now let's take both hands out in front of us. We're going to interlace and then flip them inside out. And on an inhale, take your arms, bring them up to the sky. And then exhale, just tilt to the right and then tilt to the left. Come back to center, arms come down towards your sides, hands come back behind you, and this time we're going to interlace behind. Take your hands, and on an inhale, we're going to push the interlaced hands down and then open up your heart for just a little back bend. And exhale, come back up to center. Release the hands. All right, as we come down to the floor, plant your feet, and then we'll just start to walk our hands down our legs, and then start to walk out in front as we come into a plank pose. And just hold here for one breath. Inhale through the nose and out. Drop both knees onto the ground. We're going to set up for tabletop. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, a nice wide stance in both hands. Spread the fingers nice and wide. And really keeping all the pressure into your index and the thumb. We don't want the hands to roll out onto the side. You want to keep all that weight towards the index and the thumb. And just take a moment here. If you're not familiar with tabletop pose, just take a moment to see what your body's doing. We don't want your body or your chest to collapse. We don't want to look like this. You want to make sure you're pushing into the floor through the palms and the index finger and thumb, and then also really tightening up the belly, hugging it into your spine. And on the next inhale, we're going to drop the belly. Lift the chin, and then exhale, round the back, drop the head. Inhale, drop the belly, shift your gaze forward, and exhale, round the back. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale, round the back. Just stay here for a moment and go ahead and rock forward and backwards. Perfect. All right, come back to neutral position, neutral spine. With the left hand planted into the ground on an inhale, we're going to sweep that right arm up and just bring it up only as far as you can go. Do not force this movement. Exhale, swoop that right arm underneath the left, bringing that right ear down to the floor, trying to keep the hips over your knees, and then just take the left hand and spidey fingers. Hold here, taking a few deep breaths. And on an inhale, plant the left palm down, push into the floor, sweep the right arm up, and come back down. And let's repeat on the left. Firm stance into that right hand. On an inhale, sweep the left hand up. Again, only going as far as you can, not forcing the movement. Exhale, sweep the hand down underneath. Placing that left ear on the ground. Steeple the right fingers. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, plant the right palm down. Bring that left arm back up and come back down into your tabletop. Good job. All right, on an inhale, make sure you're in that nice, firm tabletop position. Everything is strong. Inhale, take the right leg, shift it back. Hips square to your mat. Exhale, take the right leg, swoop it forward, come between the right and left hand. Inhale, bring both arms up to the sky and set up for your low lunge. And as we do each pose today in this practice, we'll just kind of go over, make sure the body is aligned correctly, especially if you are a beginner. You want to make sure that you're coming in and out of the pose correctly to prevent any injuries. So as you're in your your low lunge, knee is over the ankle, and we want to make it almost feel like you want to bring the left knee and the right heel towards each other. So we're really activating both legs. Hands up in the air on an inhale, and then we're going to take both arms back behind us, clasp the hands, and then just bring the hands down the back leg, opening up the heart for a little back bend. Come back up, sweep both arms up, and exhale, bring both hands down, plant the palms, shift your weight back, and we're going to come to a half split. Keeping the right toes flexed back towards your face. Only go as far as you can in this position. We don't want to force any movements. And keep breathing. And plant the right foot down, both hands, and step the right foot back. Come back in your tabletop. All right, back into that tabletop position. Inhale, swoop the left leg back, hips square to the mat. Exhale, bring that left leg forward between both hands. Swoop the hands up on an inhale. Take a moment here. Take a look at your body position. Both hands come back behind your back. Bring the hands down, open the heart. Come back up, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, plant your hands. And then sit back, half split on the other side. Again, taking the left toes, pointing them back towards your face. And just folding your body over that left leg, but only going as far as you can go. Don't force it. Plant the left foot down, palms down on the ground, and bring that left leg back into tabletop. Let's walk the hands forward, setting up for our down dog. Tuck the toes, bring the hips up and back towards the ceiling, and then just start to pedal out the legs. Let's take notice of where our hands are. So we want to make sure palms are grounding into the floor, index fingers and thumbs really weighing or holding all your support here. We don't want the hands to roll out on the side. Fingers nice and wide. And you're trying to take the arms and actually bring, as if you're trying to bring your armpits to your face. So we're having the inside elbow crease trying to face forward. And if your heels don't touch the floor, a lot of times mine don't, that's fine. Some people just, you can't, either your body isn't made that way or your hamstrings just aren't flexible enough yet. So you just want to make sure you have a bend in those knees and not forcing any pose. All right, on your next inhale, we're going to take the leg up, right leg up. Exhale, bring it forward in between both hands. Plant that right foot down, take the left foot, and we're going to spin it so that the knife edge of your foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Windmill those arms up and come into your warrior two. And again, we'll just take a moment here to look at body position. So right knee is going to be over the right ankle, and we want to make sure that right knee isn't coming in towards the mat, center of the mat. We want to make sure it's pushing out, externally rotating that leg. The heel is going to be in line with the center arch of your back foot. Shoulders on top of hips, and then arms up. Just take a moment here. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. Left hand comes down your leg. Exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow on top of the right knee. The left arm comes up. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. And maybe, depending on where your stance is now, bring that left leg in just slightly. Inhale, reach the left arm back, right arm overhead. Exhale, pop the left hip out and start to fold forward into your triangle pose. You can take your right hand and put it on your shin. Maybe you can only get it up to your upper thigh. Just place it wherever you can and wherever is comfortable. And just take a few breaths here. Inhale, come back up. Bend the right leg into your warrior two. And then take those arms, windmill over forward, plant them on the ground, step back, plank pose. Drop the knees to the ground, sit back on the heels, swoop the hands around, drop the head, and just rest in child's pose for a moment. Inhale, come back up. And just take your hands, walk them out in front. Tuck the toes. Hips come up to the sky. And come back into your down dog. And let's repeat on the other side. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, swoop it through. Bring it between both hands. Right leg swivels, coming parallel with the back of your mat. Windmill those arms over. Warrior two. Take a moment here and just notice where your body is positioned. On an inhale, left hand comes up overhead. Right arm goes down the leg. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, back up to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Bring that left leg in just slightly, the right leg in, slightly if needed. Inhale, extend that right arm back again. Left hand overhead. And come down into triangle. Again, placing that left arm wherever is accessible on your left leg. Inhale, come back up. Shift forward into warrior two. And windmill those arms back down. Plant the hands on the ground. Step back into plank pose. Knees come down to the ground. Sit back on the heels. Hands come back around and then rest the head on the ground. Child's pose. Inhale, come back up. Place the hands in front of you with big toes touching. Take the knees and spread them as wide as your mat or as wide as you can go. Sit back down and walk your hands out in front of you. And then melt your body to the floor. Walk both hands over to the right and then melt your body down to the floor again. And switch sides, walk over to the left and melt. And come back to center. And come all the way back up. Legs come together. And just shift your bum to the side. Swoop the legs around. We're going to set up for Janusirasana. So we're bringing the left leg in towards our center. Right leg is coming out in front of us. Flex the right toes back. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward. If you need to bend in the right leg, please do so. And just let your body hang over the leg. We're not forcing anything. Inhale, come back up. Switch sides. Right leg comes into center. Left leg comes out in front. Left toes flexed. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold forward. And inhale, come back up. All right, come into a butterfly pose. Bringing the feet together out in front of you. Instead of having it come in really close to the center, we're gonna bring it out slightly. creating a nice diamond shape. We're going to take both hands, scoop them underneath, and then just allow your body to fold forward. Just hang here. This is a passive pose. We're not having any effort. There should be nothing straining. Just allow the head to hang, the back to round, and just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Begin to take your arms and move them out from underneath. Bring the legs up. And then let's start to roll down to come flat back on the mat. Gently roll all the way down. And then once you come to the ground, take both knees into the chest. And you can rock back and forth. Take both legs, extend them as wide as your mat or as wide as you would like. Hands come down to your sides, palms facing up for Savasana. Close the eyes. And continue to breathe in and out through the nose. Do a body scan. Allow every part of your body to completely relax and melt all the way into the mat. If you have more time and would like to lay here, please do so. Otherwise, begin to start taking some deeper breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Gently roll over to your right side, using your left hand to support you and bring you up. And then meet me on the mat in a seated position. Eyes closed. Hands resting on your knees. And we'll just take a few more breaths in through the nose, out the mouth. In the nose, out the mouth. Last one, inhale in through the nose and out the mouth. Hands come to heart center in prayer. And gently begin to open your eyes. Thank you everyone for stepping on the mat with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's class. If you could, please like this video and hit subscribe to get notifications when videos are posted every Thursday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.